So, welcome to the DevOps. So, we're going to learn about DevOps for web coders. So, the theme to ship fast, break nothing, and scale confidently. Okay. So, here you're going to do a practical. Okay. So, this course is for web coders. So, you build with a Lovable, Bolt, Cursor, Replit, Cloud Code, or Codex, or any web code, any AI coding platform or like anti-gravity. So solo founders usually fear production failure to fix that permanently. The thing is about agency builders, you handle clients, apps, and need professional grade delivery pipeline. Scaling teams or code base is growing, chaos is setting in, you need to process without losing any speed. Okay. So so the web coder problem, so it works on my machine, crashes on every production server, API is committed to GitHub, account hacked within hours. So my okay, so manual files uploads to server at midnight. The other things about manual file uploads to server secure. Okay, the other thing is about the other thing DevOps what it actually gives you. So DevOps gives you automation, security, visibility, reversibility, speed, and trust. In automation, code pushes triggers, test, build, and deploys. Zero manual work, security secrets never in code, or OWSP, say for security audits and automated CI. Okay, they on the clans. Then the other things about visibility, real-time logs, error alerts, uptime dashboards. Then kuna you can see everything that's going on. The other things about reversibility, you can be rolled back if anything happens. The other things about speed, ship features faster, no more deploy anxiety, slowing your output. The other things about client users trust systems that don't randomly break at 3 a.m. Okay, yeah, you don't wanna see that side of clients when they're angry calling at you at midnight to fix a bug. The other thing is about the cost map. So we're going to cover Git Mastery, NV and secrets, CI/CD pipelines, Docker, DevOps, monitoring, database, DevOps. Okay. So that's the first thing is about Git Mastery. We're going to first begin with Git. So the foundation of every professional dev workflow. Okay. So Git core commands, the ones you actually need, they are not as many. There are a few, but very important. The first one is Git init. It initializes a new a repo is short form of repository in GitHub. So in current folder, we have Git status, C staged and tracked files. You have Git clone URL, so clone a remote repo locally. Git log, online graph, compact community story with branch graph. We have git add, stage all changes, so be intentional. Use git add file for precision to ensure you are at the right file, accessing the right file. The other things about git stash, so git stash pop, so temporarily shelves, then restores changes. Okay. The other thing is about git reset, soft head one, undoes last commit, keep changes staged. Have git resets, so git reset hard head one, undo last commit plus changes which are destructive. Okay, and then we have the git which is the main, so pulls latest changes from remote. Okay, the other things about the branching strategy, the one that works. So the branching strategy has three things: have production, staging, and feature work. So production mainly contains this, they never commit here directly, only merge for develop after testing. Okay, this is what the user sees, protect this brand. So what when the users come to your platform, your website, or your app, they see the production side. We have the staging, the develop, so integration branch, all features merge here fast, so CI tests run automatically on every push. Then we have feature work, feature, so the feature slash the step, so one branch per feature or bug fix. Always branch from develop, name, feature, out, authentication, fix, logging, bug, show, and updated depths. Okay. The other thing, so git ignore, what never to commit, the things that you should not commit to GitHub unless if you want to be hacked. So they are the things that database passwords, API keys, JWT, JSON web tokens, secrets. One commit is equal to a full breach. If you you'll be hacked within minutes, or you'll be billed anonymously because someone will use their API keys on their application, and the bill will come towards you because it's connected to your account. So the other things about node modules is 500 MBs plus, megabytes plus, and fully regeneratable, never commit it. Service account, the JSON, the JavaScript, the JSON, then which is equals to full Firebase GCP admin access. Commit.env.example with fake values as a setup template for teammates. Enable GitHub secret scanning on all repository alerts on leaked keys. Okay. The other thing is about use Git secrets or Git leaks in pre-commit hooks to prevent mistakes. Okay. Yeah. So the other thing going to talk about is the conventional commits plus PR workflow. So as you can see on my left side, the commit format, the type, the scope, the description, the features. As you can see, the feature, you have the authentication, add Google authentication login, fix API, handles null from Superbase or any the database you are using, either Superbase or Firebase. We have docs, readme, so update deploy steps, style UI, fix pattern on mobile, refactor, DB, extract query helper, test out and JWT, decoder test, alafu kuna core, bump next JS to 14.2, and that kuna IG fulani to path API and add query results caching. Okay, so pull request checklist. So before you pull, you have to look the suggest checklist. So branch from develop, never main, self-reviewed every line of diff, no console.log left in code, .env not committed, CI pipeline is green, should be always green, description explain why and not what, screenshots for UI changes, at least one reviewer approved. Okay, so that's the model one was for about Git. So the second model is about environments and secrets. Okay, hope I'm not going faster. So kuna the single biggest security mistakes web coders make. So let's fix this about the environments and the secrets. So the first thing is about, as you can see on my left side, you can see the code and on my okay. So the anatomy of a production.env file. So this is how it looks like, say, a production env. So you can see the database, the server only, server never export clients. So you can see database URL, the Postgres SQL, user passwords, direct URL post. You can see Superbase. Now you can see this is how it looks like. And it's very dangerous if it leaks. So we have next public, so visible in browser. As you can see, next public is visible in browser, JavaScript safer for public values only, no prefix is equal to server only, no exposed to browser, safe for security keys and passwords. Alafu kuna .env local overrides env locally, auto get ignored by next.js, never commit.env.local. .env.example, commit this shows structure with fake values for the team to ensure that even if it get leaked, no one can access it. Alafu, and then we have secrets management. So the on my left side is the never do it, and on my right side is the do this instead. So on your left side, as this the two slashes means a comment. Okay, so hard coded in source, exposed to all stripe is equals to new stripe. Okay, as you can see the key service role in clients components, hard components. You can see they should not do this. Instead, you should do always the comment, always from environments variable const stripe, new stripe process dot. As you can see, this is what we should be doing. It's a server component API route only. The .env.examples committed database. Okay, to ensure your secrets are secured. So setting secrets on deployment platforms. The first platform is Vercel. So go to your dashboard, go to projects, then go to settings, environment variable tabs, add key plus value pairs, select production preview.dev. Okay, Then you can add the new variables. So the other things about railway, so project service variables, add variable key value, railway auto restarts when changes, shared variables across services. Alafu kuna reference the shared variable name, and then the last one is the super base edge fn. So project setting edge functions, add secrets for edge function use. So CLI super base secret sets key value, and then kuna access then nini dno.nv get key. Okay, never use service keys on client side. So the third module is about the CI/CD pipelines. Automate every push from code to production, zero manual setups steps. So what is the CI/CD? The full pipeline. So the CI/CD has push. Push is about the dev pushes to GitHub branch with the GitHub branch. Then there's trigger GitHub actions workflow auto starts. You have install npm CI fresh clean deps. Then you have lint plus test, slint, rep script, and then just run. Then you have build. Next build prod bundles created, deploy auto push to Vercel or railway. Okay. So then GitHub actions, file structure, and key concepts. So as you can see, this is the tree, like the GitHub work. You can see GitHub workflow, CI YML deploy, run on every PR, runs on merge to main, weekly security scan. You can see on the trigger, the push, key branches, main, the develop main. As you can see, Monday, like for example, Monday 2 a.m. Then we have key terms, name, the name. So workflow names is in GitHub UI. On what triggers this workflow, jobs, parallel on sequential task steps, individual commands inside job, uses, reference, reusable action, NV environment variables for job secrets, GitHub encrypted repo secrets, then needs job dependency run after X. Okay. So the other things about runner types. So on runner types kuna runs on Ubuntu latest. Runs on can be macOS latest. The Ubuntu is Linux for the fastest, and then macOS is the runs on the macOS obvious. Then test matrix across versions, strategy matrix. We have node versions, like for example, we have node version 18, 20, 22. So steps, use actions, setups, node v4 with the node versions. As you can see, the dollar sign and the curly brackets, matrix dot node version, curly brackets. So yeah, the other thing is the other thing is about the other thing is about the complete CI workflows. It looks like this: name, CI pipeline on, pull request branches, main develop, push branches, develop, NV node versions, like the still it's running on version 20. Jobs the quality check, name, lint types, check the test on Ubuntu, check out the code. Okay, so then auto deploy on merge after merging. So after merging, it should looks like, so it looks like this: the name, deploy, production on, push branches, main, only fires on merge to main, jobs deploy. As you can see, name deploy to Vercel, run on Ubuntu latest environment production, requires manual approval, get optional steps. So use actions, check out name setups. As you can see, name install Vercel, the CLI, run npm install on Vercel, name pull request, like that. Okay, so the other thing is about the other thing is about kidogo, so we have gone before time. So after auto deploy on merge deploy.yml, so we go to the next. So that's all about it. So let's go to the next one, is Docker and containers. Okay, so think about Docker as containers, the shipping containers. So your app is being put like into small containers to enable it to be used at multiple users all at once. For example, let's say your app is like in like in 7 names, like for example Uber. So you have like by 7 a.m. you have like over 100,000 users who want to log in into the application. The app will crash. So what you do, there is something called Docker. So it breaks the apps into your app into smaller microcomputers. So the small microcomputers, they make your app to be faster and not to break easily or crash. Okay, so that's what Docker is all about. Then there's other thing called Kubernetes. So Kubernetes is like the port manager who decides what goes where and who gets what, and it's also goes hands in hand with Docker. So we'll see that later. So build once, run anywhere, glitch works on my machine. Like the this is one of the stories that Jabba with the developer has Udaskia. He said it works on my side, but it's not working on your side. So why Docker? The why Docker? So why choose Docker? So without Docker, it works on my machine. Node 18 locally was Node 20 in production. Windows dev plus Linux server is equals to chaos. Client must manually install everything. New dev onboarding takes half a day. OS level bugs impossible to reproduce. Okay, so with Docker, same container runs everywhere. Node versions locked in doc file. Linux container on any host OS. Docker compose app instantly running. So we have the new dev on boards with in under 5 minutes. We have 100% reproductive builds always. Okay, so the other things about production Dockerfile next JS multi-stage. So the first thing is about the stage. As you can see, install dependencies from node like version 20 Alpine ASDPS. So as you can see, copy package the stuff, install prod dev. This is the step you can use. The second step is they build the application from node Alp. As you can see, you copy this and then you have this. That stage is the production runner. After the production runner, yeah, you have it. So the first, you see, multi-stage build. So 3 stages, minimal final image, only production code in run. Okay, you have the Alpine, the Linux. So it's a 5 megabyte base images versus 900 full node, less service, faster pulse. Okay, non-root users, if app is compromised as root, full server access always add a user. So then you have npm CI, faster than npm install, use exact log file using Docker always. Okay, we have the Docker compose .yaml full local dev stacks, because you can see the version for the services. As you can see everything here. Wait for the database, the database health. You can see everything here. So the quick commands. So Docker compose app. So start all services in background. We have Docker compose down. So stop and remove containers. Docker compose logs. FApp, so follow logs for app services. We have Docker compose execute app slow cache. So we have Docker compose build no cache. Then we have Docker compose down v. Okay, so that's all about Docker. So the other thing is about cloud deployment. So how you get your app live, reliable and professional grade. Okay, so the platform comparison, where to deploy. So we have Vercel, we have Railway, we have Render, we have Fly.io. So the strength for Vercel is it's Next.js, better for frontend. Railway is better for full stack apps. Render is web services plus workers, and then Fly.io, Global Age, and Docker. So the free tier, Vercel has a generous hobby. Railway has a 5 monthly credit, free monthly credit, and then you have limited on Render. It's limited for 750 hours. Play all 3 shared virtual machines. Docker native is an Nini version does not support Docker native. So Railway supports Docker. Render supports Docker. Flyover supports Docker. Managed database. So Vercel does not have any managed database. Railway has a Postgres, Redis. Render has Postgres. Flyover uses external only. Auto scaling, so Vercel serverless. Railway, yes. Render, yes. And Fly.io, yes. So cold stats, so as we said, Vercel is serverless. Railway is always on, render is free only, and then flyo is always on. So the other things about starting price. So Vercel has a free tier, and then there's $20 for pro, and then you have railways $5 plus usage. Render is $7 so starters, and then flyo is $0 plus usage. So downtime deploy strategies. So native deploy is equals to like 10 to 30 seconds sake of downtime per push. Here's how to fix that. So rolling deploy when default use for most apps. So replace instances one at a time. Traffic routes to healthy old instances while new ones come up. So Vercel and Railway do this automatically on every deploy, so you don't have to do this. Then we have blue green deploy. So run two identical environments. Blue is equals to live, green is equals to new. Deploy to green, test it through thoroughly, then flip the load balancer, instant rollback, feedback. So when testing before going live is critical. So then you have canary release. Canary release is equals to route 5 to 10% traffic to new version. Monitor error rates, healthy, gradually increase to 100% problem. So rollback in seconds within zero user impact. Okay, so when high trafficking with risky features, you use the canary release. The other things about custom domains plus SSL and step by step. Okay, so the first thing, go buy your domain. So go to platforms like Namecheap, Google Domains, Cloudflare, register .co.k, available via Kenik. Avoid cheap hosting bundles that lock you in. Okay, so avoid those kabisa. So the things, add to deploy platform. So Vercel project settings, domain, add railway services settings, custom domain. That's simple. Then you can update the DNS records, add the CNAME, the cPanel, the pointing to the platform URL. Vercel is equals to, you can see cname.verceldns.com. Railway is shown in the dashboard. The SSL certificate, all major platforms auto provision. So let's encrypt. So the SSL certificates is the small padlock you see at the end of every website that ensure your website is secure. Then we have force HTTPS, redirects all HTTP to HTTPS platform level auto on Vercel, never server apps over the HTTP. HTTP is not secure, so you use HTTPS. So the other thing is about DevSecOps. So security baked into every step, no, not bolted or after launch. So security should be baked from the start before when you write in a single line of code. So OWASP to top 10. So what web coders get hacked by? So the broken access control fix. So check out the authentication server side. Never trust client side role checks alone. The other thing is about injection, SQL and XSS. So use parameterized queries. Never continue user input into SQL or HTML. Security makes many misconfiguration. Fix no debug endpoints in production. Remove unused features. Rotate all the default passwords. Login failures. Log all log all authentication events, errors, and admin actions. Alert on anomalies in real time. And then we have cryptographic failures. Fix the HTTPS everywhere. Hash passwords with decrypt. Okay, so never MD5. MD5 now can be cracked. Then we have insecure design. So rate limit APIs. Use secure defaults. Treat the threat model your app early. Okay, authentication and session failures. So fix use establish authentication libs. Though there's the next auth super base authentication. Short JSON web tokens expiry.